Still trying to get this Instagram right. Hang on. Big Bank, what's up? What's up? What's up? Miss Hunter, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for the likes. Happy Friday, all that good stuff. All right, so my only thing with Instagram is this. They will not let me turn it down. Wait a minute. Ah, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I think I got it. Okay. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me for my StreamYard folks. All right, so y'all know how I do this. It's Friday, full court Friday. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go through this book right here. This is the book we're going through on Friday. All right. If you or anybody that you know looking for classes, education, all that good stuff, it is non-credit hours. It is non-credit hours, okay? But you can find me online at Pierre Pierrehouey, okay? That's how you find me, all right? Okay, so first things first, CIB, what does it stand for? It stands for the Candidate Information Bulletin. The CIB is divided into 4 segments, okay? Let us look it up. Let's see, CIB, Barber, SC. Let's pull that up. How y'all doing? What y'all got going on today? What y'all got going on for Christmas? Me personally, I ain't got too much going on. Probably just go see the fam. Yeah, I'm gonna take my happy ass home. And I might drink while I'm at home. But that's about it. Let's see. Okay, so Full Court Friday, we just do like an overview. I decided just to do an overview because all the information that I'll be going over, y'all ain't paying attention anyway. So let's just make it easier. Let's see. Where am I? Share the screen. There we go. All right. So we're gonna keep it short, to the point, concise. So you have 4 parts. Number 1, scientific concepts is 35% of your theory. Okay. You got A, infection control safety practices, right? B, anatomy, physiology. C, identify signs, symptoms, conditions, disorders, and diseases related to skin. D, identify signs, symptoms, conditions, disorders, and diseases related to hair. I highlight them for you. Okay. Types and treatments. And E, you got basic chemistry of products used in barbering. Now, here's the important thing about this one. Okay. Take a look at here. First one, understanding the pH scale. That's real. No, sir, you cannot join. I don't know who you are. Thank you, Tamara. Tamara, how you been doing? Holler at me sometime. Number 1, understanding the pH scale. pH stands for potential hydrogen. They talk about either adding a hydrogen or taking away an oxygen. Okay, that both of those are very important because of the nature of the questions on the exam. All right, let me make sure y'all can see me. Okay, what's up, Tip? Tip, can you hear me? Can you hear me pretty good? You know, you can tell by the background. I'm in the shop. They're getting it in already. All right, let's see. And Tip, if you still got anything available, okay, good. If you still got anything available, Tip, I am gonna send you that. So I probably need those for me. Okay. I was gonna get some for the shop, but I probably need those for me. All right. So we're on basic chemistry of products used in barber. This is one of the biggest sections of scientific concepts that scares everybody. I don't want y'all to be scared of this. All right. 2, understand purpose and effects of products, ingredients, and their interaction. So they're just saying things more along the lines of like how shampoos and conditioners have an effect not only on your hair, but on your scalp as well. But they're not just talking about those. They could be talking about different creams. They could be talking about tonics. They can be talking about all that stuff. Nope, don't call me while I'm trying to go live. Somebody always trying to call me while I'm going live. But 3, understand interactions among chemicals. So number 2 and number 3 kind of coincide for me. All right. So the purpose and effects of products and ingredients, interactions, a lot of these products and ingredients and their interactions are chemical by nature. So 2 and 3 kind of are the same thing for me. You got to, if you're able to break this type of stuff down in the CIB, it makes it easier to go through this big ass book. Okay. I'm not a big fan of you going through the book and you turn the book and you start with page 1 and then you go to page 2 and then you go to page 3. I'm a bigger fan of if the CIB is telling you what they're looking for, give them what they're looking for, study what they're looking for, right? But within you studying what you're looking for, find out the things that are things that can make your studying easier and more effective. Okay. Thank you, Tamara. Listen, anybody watching, if y'all are not following Tamara Hunter of I Am Pretty Braiding Academy, go follow her right now. Okay. We are birds of a feather. She does the same thing that I do. But when I tell you, she'll get these right here and get the braiding and twisting and locking and all that stuff, it be going down. Matter of fact, Tamara, while I got you on here, I haven't forgot about you. So me and her did a class. We did an online class, and we call it braids on top. I think we call it braids on top, fade on bottom. Meaning this section right here, she teaches you how to braid it, how to lock it and twist it. I teach you how to fade it on the sides. That class will be available very, very soon. How you doing, man? Good morning. So be on the lookout for that. I haven't made it like official yet. It's just been a whole lot going on. A lot of stuff get lost in translation sometimes, especially when it's just a lot of volume of things going on. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got. Basic chemistry of products used in BARBER. You got understanding chemical reactions. So chemical reactions is a little bit different than interactions among chemicals. Okay. So interactions and reactions are a little bit different. The difference is a chemical reaction. You start talking about one chemical's effect on another when they coincide or when you separate them or isolate them. So you're talking about, like solutions. You're talking about things like when you mix like peroxide and when you mix like vinegar and baking soda, that's a chemical reaction. That's a little bit different from the interactions among chemicals. The interaction among it is, okay, what happens when they mix together? Okay, so knowing a little bit difference between the two will put you there. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. All right. Okay, part 2, implements and equipment. That's 10%. What's the point of studying something if they're only going to give you 10% of the questions? How many questions are on the theory exam? There are 110 questions. 100 of them are weighted, meaning 10 of those they're going to go ahead and give you. So out of a possible 100 that you can get, they're already going to give you 10. So it's up to you to deal with the 100 questions. All right. And we have even derived how many questions that you can miss out of this master hair care test, because I recommend everybody take the master hair care test. All the people that took the registered barber, they told me that they wish they would have just took the master barber because it's 50 more questions than the 60, right? Okay, so implements and equipment, 10%. You got 2 points of contact, A and B. You got identify the function, purpose, and care of tools used in hair services. That means equipment, implements, supplies, materials, and electrical tools. What you do have to know is the difference between a tool and an implement. What you do need to know are the difference between supplies, materials, and equipment. Okay, so equipment might be something like your chair or your station. Supplies and materials could be anything like towels, drapes, neck strips, et cetera, things like that. All right. Part B, understand and apply safety and sanitation practices for use of implements and equipment. Now, that means things like this. If you are going to do a chemical service, you need to know how many towels that you need to wrap around your client's neck and what purpose they're for. If you're going to do a shave, you need to know how to drape them. You need to know where the towels need to go. You need to know where to place your razor blades, things like that. All right. So they're not just talking about things, meaning they're not just talking about safety and sanitation practices for like your station, but they're talking about for your client and they're talking about for you. Okay. So you need to be aware of all of that. All right. Calvin is not here yet, Tip. Hey, T. Did Calvin have to work today? Yeah. Okay. Because of the holidays. But yeah, nah, Tip. Calvin ain't here yet. All right. So let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hair care services. This is the biggest percentage. This is the biggest percentage. Okay. 40%. Look at this. 40%. That is the biggest concentration of questions on your test. All right. If you know these, you put yourself in a very, very productive and effective spot to pass this test. All right. Because here's the thing. Let's say between haircut services and scientific concepts, you got those down pat, right? That's 75% of your test. You could damn near fail all the other questions, but if you got haircut services down pat and you got scientific concepts down pat, you stand a very strong chance of passing already, because some of the other questions can tend to be like more common sense questions anyway. But we'll get to that. All right. So you have, let's see, 5 points of contact, A through E. So A, client consultation, analysis, documentation for hair care services. All right. So that includes analyzing the condition of the client's hair and scalp. So we call that assessment. Recognizing conditions that are prohibited service. That's called a contraindication. So a contraindication could be anything like abrasion, cuts. That could be bruises. That could be redness. That could be swelling. That could be burning. Anything like that. That when a client sits down and you're about to do service and you see that they got something that's going to stop you from doing service, that's a contraindication. Thank you, Miss Hunter. Thank you. B, haircut. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Also, determining services or products. This is actually very important because let me see what this is. Okay, cool. Determining services and or products. I'll give you an example of that. So if somebody sits down and their hair, like say they've been working third shift and they get off, sit down in your chair in the morning and their hair is all dusty and crazy looking and all this stuff. You have to determine, all right, well, what type of shampoo I need, what type of conditioner I need, what products do I need to get their hair back healthy, right? If somebody has been in the hospital or somebody has started taking a new type of medication and it has an effect on their hair, you have to be aware of the effects that'll have on their hair. Remember earlier we were talking about scientific concepts. You have to know, okay, the interactions between those. He have to wait. Okay. So with all that being said, that's what they mean by determining services and or products. And it's all kinds of situations that they might ask you about. But the primary ones is dealing with shampoos, dealing with conditioners for obvious reasons. Okay. 4, document, maintain client records. So there's consultation cards, service histories, medical histories, things like that. B, hair care. Apply knowledge of draping for chemicals, shampoos, hair cutting. So all those different services got different things that you need. You got different capes for the shampoo service. You got different capes for chemical services. You got different capes for shampoos. And you have to be aware of all of those. Plus something real simple like, all right, if you're going to give somebody a shampoo service, it doesn't make sense to put a neck strip on them. But it does make sense if you put a neck strip on them and they're getting a haircut. All right. 2, apply knowledge of principles, procedures for shampooing and conditioning. Have y'all noticed a pattern here? We talk about shampoo and conditioning a lot. I wonder why. Okay. 3, apply knowledge of principles, procedures for scalp treatments and scalp massage and manipulation, because we are talking about stimulation of blood flow and we're talking about the skin, because that's just as important, is it not? C, hair design. So within that section, you got 3 subsections. You got 1, apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety of haircutting. And they're talking about shaping, outlining, and the neck shave. What's the best way I can put this? That's one of my favorite topics to talk about, because a lot of times the shape up is one of the most, if not the most important part of what I do, and the most important part of how I make my living. Okay. So knowing the principles and procedures and the safety behind those will put you in a very, very, very advantageous spot. Okay. 2, Apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety of hairstyling. So there's wet styling, blow dry styling, thermal styling, natural hair styling. Okay, so natural hair styling, obviously things like braiding, locks, and twists and things like that. All right, pretty easy. Pretty easy. Just once you learn the difference between those four, it tends to stay with you. All right. 3, apply knowledge of hair enhancement options. Okay. That could be anything from toupees to transplants, SMP, any of that stuff, micropigmentation, all of that stuff. Okay. Morning. Good morning. How you doing? All right. Okay. D, apply knowledge of prep, procedures, and safety for head shaving. Again, I'm a big fan of that section because that will get you a lot of old schoolers in your chair. Okay. For all my barbers that's just now starting and you want clients in your chair, find a what we call a old school guy, bald headed, and you can see a little bit of hair growing right there, and they don't cut it on the regular. Hit them with, hey man, I give you that close shave every time. Okay. What's up, bro? Oh, that's my man right there. Listen, if y'all ain't following GD's World, go follow GD's World. My man be finding the funniest videos and reacting to them. But yeah, so there's a lot of questions that apply to that section right there, and I'm here for it. Okay. E, apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety for chemical services. All right. Understanding preliminary tests, predisposition, and strand tests. They sound very involved and complex. They are very simple things. Predisposition just says, how does this chemical apply to my skin? Strand test says, how does this chemical apply to my hair? All right. Next, you got hair coloring, including facial hair, hair lightening, the principles behind that, foiling, and chemical hair relaxing, restructuring, and curl reduction. All right. So we talk about hydroxide, style, keratin treatments, things like that. 6, chemical wave and texturizing. What's up, fellas? I'll be right there. Let me finish this up. All right. Chemical wave and texturizing. That's alkalines, acids, and non-thiol based applications. Okay. Let's see. And the last one, you got facial hair, skincare services. It is 15%. You got, make sure. Yeah, you got 4 points of contact. What are those? A, client consultation, analysis, documentation. For facial hair and skincare services, it's the same thing as for hair care services, right? You're evaluating your client. The only difference is you're evaluating the client's skin, the site, but you're still looking for contraindications, right? Contraindications for the skin could be different things. Like we talked about swelling, burning. We talked about acne. We talked about razor bumps, which they call pseudofolliculitis. Is razor bumps, right? Same thing. Okay. So disorders or diseases. All right. 3, determining services and or products, which again, you don't want to use, say, a moisturizer when you might need rolling cream or vice versa. All right. What else? Document and maintain client records, standard practice. Okay. Like a consultation card, service history, medical history, things like that. And people don't really think about that for a lot of their clients, but I do. Especially the older my clients get, because they may be taking certain medications that affects their hair. Let's say you got somebody that's coming in and they're getting some type of chemical service, like say they're getting their hair dyed or something like that. Okay, well, I need to know if they switch your medication, because if they switch your medication, your body reacts to it differently, which affects your hair and it affects your skin. So something that may not have made your skin sensitive to a chemical service may make it sensitive. Now, those are the type of things I need to know. So how do you keep that in mind? You keep a client record card. So I actually do client record cards for, I can't say I do it for everybody, but I do keep client record cards for certain people. B, apply knowledge of draping. Have y'all not noticed a pattern yet? If you know how to drape, that damn near satisfies, draping damn near satisfies a point of contact for each of these 4 domains. Okay, just remember that. C, apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety for facial hair and skincare services. Complete the shave service with required strokes. Facial hair design, the facial service itself, meaning cleansing, steam towel, massage, and electrotherapy and light therapy. Now, they're not going to look too much about electrotherapy and light therapy, but do not be surprised if you get a question or two, right? They might ask you about, I don't know, sinusoidal current. What is that used for? What is that used for, right? The average person doesn't know what type of current that is anyway. So it's up to you to study it and to know what it's for. And it's just for stimulation of muscles, by the way. That's all. So it's in the class. It's in the class. All right. What class am I talking about? Past barber theory. All right. You know, you want the high percentage stuff. You want the pertinent stuff. You want the interviews with the test takers that pass the test. You got to pay for that. Okay. All right. Last one. Apply knowledge and purpose of types of electrotherapy and light therapy, which we just talked about in the previous section. I don't know why they made a new section out of that. They shouldn't need to. All right. Cool. With that being said, let me remove that. Okay, so if you or anybody that you know can benefit from my classes, I can be found at Pierre Huey, Pierrehouey. Okay, it's in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. You can find me anywhere. Send me a DM. My number is available. My DM is available. My social media is available. You can leave a comment. And in the meantime, if you are on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, because I got plenty more coming where this came from. We definitely going to talk about the practical as well. That'll be a separate thing. But pass your barber theory, pass barber practical, get your fundamentals together. I got the barber starter pack. I'm bringing that back. So that's fundamentals. If you never held a pair of clippers, all that stuff will be available in my online store. All right. That being said, I'm your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Happy Friday, happy holidays. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. All right. Peace.